Hello everyone. Today, in this video, I'll talk about the cut and removed content from PvZ 2. This video will have several parts. In this video, I'll discuss all the removed and cut plants, and in the following parts, I'll talk about the cut and removed zombies, worlds, mechanics, and so on. So, subscribe to not miss it, and I'll start the video. Beat. Originally, PvZ 2 was supposed to feature the beat from PvZ Adventures, but it was later replaced by Bonk Choi. If the beat had been added to PvZ 2, it would have been the first plant from PvZ Adventures to appear in PvZ 2. However, in PvZ Heroes, they used a design very similar to the beat as a tribute to its appearance in PvZ Adventures. Tactical Cuke. This would have been a plant power-up that would blow up all zombies on the lawn. According to Mark Barrett, one of the game's artists, it was removed because if the developers created a mechanic that could wipe out the entire screen, they would have had to design the game in a way that forced the player to use it, making the game uninteresting. Nonetheless, Tactical Cuke was later added as a power-up for the Chinese version of PvZ 2. Ampliflower. This plant would boost other plants around it. According to Mark Barrett, the concept was too complex, so it was abandoned. The only reference to it is in the early version of the Far Future world map data. Pulse Shroom. It would fire projectiles at a constant rate, gradually increasing and firing more projectiles over time. Each spore deals 40 damage and 200 damage when fed. Its cost was 75 Sun, and it had a fast recharge. It works much like Blooming Heart, which possibly replaced this plant. Roto Shroom. It could be manually set to shoot in the direction the player wants. It can shoot in 8 fixed directions, with each spore dealing 20 damage. Its cost was 175 Sun, and it had a fast recharge. Dart Shroom. It could only be planted in the first 5 columns on the lawn. Its darts dealt 33 damage. Its cost was 100 Sun, and it had a fast recharge. Zoom Shroom. It acted similarly to the Mangold Guard but disappeared after 10 seconds, like Puff Shroom. Its cost was 50 Sun, and it had a very slow recharge. Vacuum Shroom. It had the same toughness as Walnut and acted like Sweet Potato. Feeding it gave it the same shield as Walnut. The vacuum effect has a 3x3 range. Its cost was 25 Sun, and it had a slow recharge. Evil Shroom Speed. An unused plant that was simply a test for the Orange Sinister Potion. When eaten, it increased the speed of the zombie that ate it. You could also tap it 3 times to destroy it. Its cost was 50 Sun, and it had a slow recharge. Evil Shroom Toughness. Another unused plant that was simply a substitute for the Purple Sinister Potion. It increased the toughness of the zombie that ate it. You could also tap it 3 times to destroy it. Its cost was 50 Sun, and it had a slow recharge. Icy Current. Nothing special is known about it or why it was never released. It was added in the 2.2.4 update of the Chinese version of PvZ 2 as a fully functional plant, being an icy variant of electric current. Sprout. Initially intended for use in the Zen garden instead of small plants, but ultimately abandoned. Oddly enough, it was later assigned a code that could be implemented in the game. This was related to an unused mini-game where you had to plant several sprouts before starting the game. When planted in an odd column, it has a 50% chance of growing into a sunflower and a 50% chance of growing into a pea shooter, as well as a 75% chance of growing into a walnut and 25% into a tall nut in even columns. Sun Pod. It has properties similar to pea pod. For every 500 sun you accumulate, a head grows. Its cost is 300 Sun, with a fast recharge. Sun Gun. A one-time use plant that could attract sun and then shoot it at zombies, dealing 150 damage. Its cost is 50 Sun, and it recharges slowly. Mini Pea Shooter. It shoots peas at zombies like a regular pea shooter, although they only deal 5 damage. When fed, Mini Pea Shooter creates duplicates of itself in the direction forward or in the same column if there's not enough space. Its cost is 25 Sun, with a fast recharge. Coconut Bowler. This plant was an early version of Bowling Bulb. Its projectiles dealt consistent damage and were placed at a wide angle. Its cost was 10 Sun, and it recharged slowly. Denonup. This was an early prototype of Perfume Shroom. Plantable in-game marigold. Although marigold was not unused, it was originally intended to be plantable in the game, but this idea was later abandoned because they could easily farm coins. so they became available only in the Zen garden. Well, that's all the cut and removed plants from PvZ2. If I missed something, let me know in the comments. Now I'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching, good luck, and bye.